Coming at you from a cold Kansas shop here. I've got the new Champion 2000 watt inverter generator. I believe this is the 100-565 model. This generator was shipped to me straight from Champion. I ordered it on HomeDepot.com and it showed up yesterday. I hadn't even had it out of the box yet, so I was on YouTube checking out videos before I bought this, and there was really a lack of information related to this specific model. This one is different than what I'm used to. I had the 2800 Champion generator prior to this. 2800 running watts, 3200 peak. Used it with my RV, running the air conditioner. This will be replacing that unit. Main driver for that is we have recently switched to a fifth wheel and no longer have room in the bed of our truck for that big generator. This should fit in the storage compartment of the RV, so decided to make a change, and this has a little bit longer run time as well, so that'll be nice. Not have to fill up at night. Be able to keep it running all night long. So anyway, let's get this thing out of the box, crack into her, see what she looks like. So before we get into this too far, I just wanted to clarify, I know I will not be able to run my RV air conditioner just off this unit alone. I have every intention of purchasing a second Champion. I just wanted to get one of these in, see what it looked like, make sure I was happy with it before I bought a second unit. But so far, things look to be pretty nice. I noticed these buttons here have a nice feel to them. Circuit breakers are covered with a clear plastic of some kind. The outlets to parallel these have caps to keep moisture from getting down in them. One thing I will notice, and maybe this will just loosen up whenever it warms up, but these don't seem to sit in there that great. This one will flip out pretty easily on its own, and maybe that's just because it's in the 30s in the shop here, so after this thing warms up, maybe it'll expand that rubber and seat in there a little better. I do like that there's caps over these to keep moisture out. Has the 12 volt receptacle here. Yep, see, it did it again. So that's just something that's a little bit annoying if I shove it in there further. This right here was one of the design features on this particular generator that I found most attractive. I know on many occasions when I'm camping, having to fill up the generator at night, being able to flip this up and see the fuel level, it's going to be a very nice feature. It shines right in there. It's good design right there. I'm not sure what this is powered off of. I imagine it's a little watch battery of some kind. Not sure how long it'll last, but fit and finish on this thing seems to be pretty good. We won't know until we get it started and if it starts rattling or anything like that, but so far it looks pretty nice. What do you say we crack open here and take a look at her insides? So everything's pretty well crammed in here. I kind of like this etching that they did on top of the valve cover. It's kind of a different thing. Oil fill is easy to get to. Access is quick. Carburetor is pretty easy to get to here as well if you ever need to do anything with it. Air filter here. One thing I will say I don't know. These wires seem to be pretty narrow, pretty thin. I'm sure they don't carry a lot of voltage. They're probably just signal wires from the front panel that power the LEDs and stuff like that, but they are a bit exposed as well. Ground wires here seem to be crimped pretty well. Little heat shield up in there. I would venture to guess that this whole area up here is, yeah, it is. This is all gas tank right here. So from right around here to clear back here appears to be the gas tank. Okay, well, looks to be pretty nice in there. I mean, you won't know until you have to work on it what quality you really have. But just looking at it right now, it looks pretty nice. This linkage right here for the carburetor does look to be a little bit light duty. There's some movement on that, but it's probably not that big of an issue. Alright, well, what do you say we get some oil in it, gas it up, and see what we're working with here. So one of the things I want to talk about just a little bit here real quick, I noticed after I gassed it up, after I oiled it up, there is a crack in the housing of this thing, and it's, I don't know how damaged it really is, but it's definitely cracked. So I don't know if this thing was dropped at one point. I mean, the box looks great. So I don't know if it came, I don't know if that happened in the assembly process or what, but I don't know if I want to keep it if it's damaged, but I've already gassed it up. I wish I'd have known that before I gassed it up. If it isn't damaged, I would imagine this is a relatively easy thing to disassemble and put a new housing on, but I mean, I paid a lot of money for this, so I don't know that I really want a damaged generator. I bought a brand new one, I want a brand new one. So anyway, since it's already gassed up, since it's already oiled up, I think we'll go ahead and fire it up and see how she runs. But this is a big time bummer for me. Not a showstopper, but definitely a bummer. And if I were you, whenever you order one of these, if you get one, take it out of the box and really look it over, because I mean, I didn't notice this until just now. So that's a bummer. And there's no telling, you know, internally, if it did get dropped, what kind of shape it could be in. So anyway, moving on. Alright, one of the things I want to talk about quickly before I start this up, one of the features that I really do like about this generator is this dial system here for starting it. Flipping it all the way over here to the left actually turns it to choke, and then it's a slow transition over to run. And then one of the more valuable features is this fuel shutoff feature. That will enable the engine to continue to run with no fuel, no additional fuel being provided to the carburetor. So it'll run the carburetor dry. And then obviously one more flip of the switch turns it to off. This is really important because I don't know about others, but I tend to leave fuel in my generator throughout the summer, but I may not be camping every single weekend specifically with the generator. So having the ability to run this thing dry and out of fuel before you put it away definitely is a saver for me, because you know, you don't want to get stale fuel in your carburetor and have trouble starting it the next time. So this is definitely a feature that is nice to have. I did have a Honda 2000 at one point, and this feature did not exist on that unit. It was always something that I wish it had, but it was really from run to just off. There was nothing in the middle to do that. I think on the new 2200s they do have that feature now, so that's something nice. So yeah, let's go ahead and take this thing outside, give it a couple cranks, and see if she starts up. All right, here we are. Couple things that I want to talk about briefly, some of the highlights of this particular generator. The first being this display panel on the front here. It's really nice to have all of these indicators right here where you can clearly see what they are. The eco switch has a nice feel to it. And another feature that this particular generator has that I haven't seen on very many, especially in this price range, is the AC overload reset. This button right here will re-energize your panel up front in the event that you do overload. The fuel shutoff feature here is an excellent feature for me. Like I said before, this is not something that'll get run every single weekend, but whenever I do shut it down for an extended period of time, it's nice to be able to simply shut the fuel off here and not have to drain it out of the tank itself. Now on to some of the things that I just really don't care for on this generator. Nothing that can't be fixed. The first one being is my 2800 came with an adapter that I could charge batteries off of using this receptacle right here. It was nice to be able to have that in the event that we ran our camper battery down or our boat battery down, and we wanted to just charge it up real quick. Having that feature was definitely nice. I'm sure that's an accessory you can purchase through Champion. However, I'm not sure it's necessarily worth it. Another thing to note is this particular generator comes with nothing but a funnel. On some of the other Champions that I've purchased, they've come with oil, a spark plug wrench, as well as other miscellaneous accessories like USB chargers and such. Given this is really their entry model, they do have one that's a little bit nicer than this that has an LCD display up here. I'm sure it comes with more of the niceties and more of the features compared to this one. I may end up buying that one for my second generator. And the only other thing that I wish this had is an hour meter. It is nice to be able to monitor your usage as well as your service intervals using an hour meter. Overall, very happy with the generator. Looking forward to using it this summer. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out to me. Again, be keeping an eye out for my additional videos on load testing this when it's hooked up to my RV. We're going to be doing some air conditioner tests as well as some other appliances, running this in parallel as well as independently. Thanks for watching. Have a great day.